Am I the jerk for refusing to wake up my fiance's sister on our wedding day? Yeah, I know how that sounds. Petty, dramatic, like, really, dude? You couldn't just knock on a door? But hear me out. This wasn't just about one knock. It was about 6 years of chaos, manipulation, and finally saying, enough is enough. You ever deal with that one family member who ruins everything? Yeah, that's Claire. I'm 29. I just married the love of my life, Emma. She's 27. She's kind, thoughtful, patient, sometimes too patient, especially when it comes to her older sister, Claire. Claire is 31, and Claire is exhausting. She's the kind of person people call fun, until you realize fun really means unreliable, selfish, and always someone else's problem. The first time I met Claire was at a family dinner. Everyone was seated. We waited and waited. Finally, an hour and a half late, Claire strolled in with a Starbucks cup. "Sorry, guys, traffic was insane," she laughed. Everyone chuckled. Emma's mom said, "Oh, that's just Claire being Claire." And everyone just laughed like this was normal. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, is anyone else seeing how ridiculous this is? Over the years, I realized it was worse than I thought. Claire wasn't just late. She was a black hole of attention. Thanksgiving year 1. Dinner was at 5. Claire texted at 5:20. "Be there soon." She showed up at 7, empty-handed, then complained the turkey was dry. Christmas year 2. We did Secret Santa. Claire forgot to bring her gift entirely. She shrugged. "I'll Venmo you later," she said. She never did. Like, how do you just forget a gift and act like it's no big deal? Emma's birthday dinner. We made reservations at a fancy restaurant Emma had been dying to try. Claire showed up late, brought a random guy no one knew, then loudly told Emma, "Wow, 27 already? You better hurry up before OP locks you down for good." Emma laughed awkwardly. I wanted to crawl under the table. Family vacation? Claire missed her flight twice. Then guilt tripped her parents into paying for a last-minute ticket. At this point, Claire wasn't just late. She was basically allergic to responsibility. Be honest, if this was your sister-in-law, would you already be done with her? Every time Claire pulled this crap, Emma's parents would shrug. "She's just free-spirited," they'd say. "That's our Claire." Everyone just enabled her. And honestly, it made me feel like I was going crazy. Planning a wedding is stressful enough. Planning one with Claire in the mix, absolute nightmare mode. Cake tasting? Claire bailed 30 minutes before. Texted Emma, "So hungover. Can you FaceTime me during?" We didn't. When she found out, we picked vanilla and strawberry. She rolled her eyes. Ugh, boring. Should have done red velvet. She hadn't even shown up. But of course, she still had something negative to say. Classic Claire. Bridesmaid dress fitting? She skipped the first one. At the second fitting, she tried on the dress, looked in the mirror and said, "Wow, I look like a Victorian orphan. You seriously want me to wear this?" Emma was humiliated. Bridal shower? Claire arrived an hour late, giftless. She poured herself champagne and announced, "Ugh, I was this close to texting my ex last night. Do you guys ever miss toxic men?" The room went silent. Would you have cut her out of the wedding by now or given her one last chance? The night of the rehearsal dinner. Claire showed up halfway through my toast. I was thanking everyone for being there when the doors opened, heels clacking, Claire waving like she was walking a red carpet. "Traffic was a nightmare," she said, out of breath but grinning. Everyone laughed nervously. I didn't. That was my breaking point. Like, how self-centered can you be? After dinner, I pulled Claire aside. "Claire, listen carefully. I am not waking you up tomorrow if you're late. You're late. No excuses." She rolled her eyes. "Oh my God, relax. You act like I'm some irresponsible child." I felt so bad for Emma. She kept giving Claire chance after chance, and I knew she'd regret it. Emma begged her again that night. "Please, Claire, I'm serious. Don't make me regret having you in my wedding party." Claire laughed. "You worry too much. I'll be there." What would you have done? Drawn the line like I did, or just let her walk all over you? The morning of my wedding felt surreal. I woke up before my alarm, heart pounding with that mix of nerves and excitement. The groomsmen were already up, laughing, getting ready. The photographer snapping candid shots. Everything was perfect. Until Emma knocked on my door. Her face was pale. "She's not answering her phone." "Claire?" Emma nodded. We both walked to her hotel room. I knocked. Nothing. I called. Straight to voicemail. Emma looked at me, torn. "Should we try again?" "Babe." We begged her. We warned her. If we cave now, she'll think she can get away with this forever. Emma hesitated. Finally, she nodded. "You're right. Let's go." And honestly, it felt freeing. No more babysitting Claire. Not today. At 8:40, as we drove to the venue, my phone buzzed. "Claire," I answered, bracing myself. "Why didn't you wake me up? You knew I was tired last night." "Claire, you're 31. Set an alarm." "You ruined my sister's wedding!" she screamed. Then she hung up. Claire never showed up to the ceremony. When Emma walked down the aisle, she was stunning. But I could see it. That tiny flicker of sadness in her eyes. The whispers started almost immediately. "Where's Claire?" "She's the maid of honor, right?" I clenched my jaw as we said our vows. At 6 o'clock sharp, Claire finally arrived at the reception. Hair curled, makeup flawless, like she'd spent the whole day leisurely getting ready, while we lived the most important day of our lives. And then, because she can't help herself, she grabbed the mic. "Hi, everyone. I'm Claire, the maid of honor who tragically missed a ceremony because some people can't be bothered to knock on a door." Nervous laughter rippled through the room. Emma's face went white. "Anyway, congrats to my baby sister. I'm so glad she found someone who, doesn't totally bore her." I stood there stunned, like, did she really just insult both of us in front of everyone? "You're lucky, OP," Claire slurred, champagne glass in hand. "Emma dated guys who were way hotter, but way dumber. So I guess you win?" The room went silent. Emma snatched the mic back before Claire could continue. Later that night, Emma's mom pulled me aside. "You could have just woken her up," she whispered. "With all due respect, I'm not marrying Claire. She's 31. Enough is enough. What would you have done? Kept the peace? Or finally said enough is enough?" Claire wasn't done. She went table to table, telling guests that I had humiliated her. At one point, I overheard her tell Emma's cousin, "I don't even blame him. I blame her. She's changed. She lets him control her now." The cousin just stared at her, didn't say a word. By the end of the night, Claire was drunk, crying in the bathroom, saying how No one ever appreciates her. Of course, she turned it into a pity party, like somehow she was the victim here. A few days later, Emma's cousin sent us a screenshot. Claire had posted, "It's so sad watching women get manipulated by controlling men who cut them off from their family." The comments poured in. "You'll always be her sister, Claire. Some men just can't handle strong women," I wanted to reply. Emma stopped me. Classic Claire, mess up, play the victim, then twist the story so everyone feels sorry for her. And then Claire did what Claire always does. She doubled down. 2 weeks later, Claire dropped her final bomb. She sent a massive text to the entire family group chat. "I have proof that OP manipulated Emma into cutting me out. He never wanted me at the wedding. Now she barely talks to me because of him." And then she posted screenshots of me reminding her to set an alarm. Emma's cousin replied instantly, "Claire, you've been late to everything for the last year. This is embarrassing." Then her aunt chimed in. "We all bend over backwards for you. OP did nothing wrong. You need to grow up." Even Emma's dad, who never says anything, wrote, "Claire, we all love you, but you did this to yourself." That was the moment Claire realized she'd officially run out of excuses, and honestly, it was long overdue. One by one, everyone sided with us. Claire stopped replying. That night, she deleted all her Facebook posts. She never apologized. The next time we saw her at a family gathering, she couldn't even look me in the eye. Emma pulled me aside that night. "You know, I think that was the best decision we ever made." And she was right. Because if we'd caved, that would have been our entire marriage. Bending over backwards for someone who doesn't respect us. Sometimes the best thing you can do is finally stop playing along. For the first time ever, Claire faced real consequences. And man, it felt good. So, am I the jerk for refusing to wake up my fiance's sister on our wedding day? Maybe. Maybe not. But I don't regret it. Would you have knocked on her door? Or would you have done exactly what I did?